Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of Sex Education. This is episode 7. What happened last time on Sex Education? Otis had a panic attack when trying to bone. And Eric had various outbursts, and you know, things can get more positive. Arguably, we're searching for more positivity, more happiness, but who knows if we'll get that anytime soon. But I'm excited to jump into this next episode, so before we do that, if you end up enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me, helps my channel grow a lot. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description below. Sometimes I post reactions early on Patreon as well, so if you're interested in that, consider checking it out. But otherwise, let's watch episode 7 of Sex Education.
Don't know where you've been, but it ran dig right in.
Who is this rando?
Not you. Piss off.
Oh no, you stepped on the cake. Oh, she's just gonna throw it away. Rip to this kid's dreams.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm fine. Why?
What do you mean, why? I'm asking how you are. That's not weird, it's normal.
You've literally never asked me how I am
She's
before.
catching feels for him.
Do I look like I have a Cinderella complex?
A little bit, maybe.
Who are you going?
Secretly.
It's an appropriated American tradition that celebrates sexism and peddles an unrealistic portrayal of romantic love. So no.
Agreed. Ritualized teenage fun sucks.
Yeah, but you want it so bad.
I don't understand why Lizzie doesn't want to go to the ball with me. I have tried every romantic gesture in the book.
Why don't you just be upfront about it?
I know it's hard, but if you've asked her and she said no, then
Yeah.
I think you've got your answer.
But maybe her dad squished the message on the cake with his foot, so she doesn't know that I'm still interested.
Think she's aware.
And you also spelt out "I love you" on her lawn and leaves.
Yeah, but that could have blown away.
I
Brother.
think the answer's no, Liam.
But she hasn't actually said no. And girls love big gestures, right? You know.
She doesn't have to literally say the words no.
No means no.
Liam, just accept it, brother.
Unless it means yes.
No, it super means no.
Hey, what time should I pick you up tonight?
For what?
For the ball.
I'm not going to the ball.
Of course you are, we're going together.
What about me, says school dance?
Everything about you.
We're going out. I thought it was a given. Oh, come on.
You should have asked her if we're for reals.
Wait, you do have a dress, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, I'm not a troglodyte.
She's got to find one quick. Amy, I need your help. Yeah, you need more stuff fixing. Break it. Break it on purpose.
Yeah?
Hello, Jakob.
Yeah, hello.
I seem to have broken my kitchen tap.
Who's this?
Who is this?
Do you think you could possibly come and fix it?
No, I can't. I'm busy.
Damn.
Okay. Well, it's not an emergency.
It is now, though. You don't know how to fix it.
Ola? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for a new school. Your headmaster is considering me, although he's a very rigid man.
Like a living Easter Island statue.
Calling her out? Let her flirt if she needs to.
I like dances.
Well, then of course he's
Do you?
going.
Yeah. I think dancing's fun. Anyway, I better go. Bye, Otis.
Can you go to this school dance if you're not a student here yet?
Ola! Ola,
On the chance you are accepted.
Yes?
Eric. Shooty Gatwa. You gotta get your color back, man. These tans and browns do not suit you.
Everyone loves you.
Facts. Facts. We love you, Eric. I wonder if they always have to have their emergency brake activated since they park on a hill. I don't know why I thought of that, but looking like Wednesday
yeah,
Addams.
Nice.
It's $1 gazillion. Steal it.
My little sister, Maeve, is going to her first school dance tonight, and she has just found the perfect dress. We were orphaned. Earlier this year...
Recently?
Now, I know it's unorthodox.
This hooligan.
If you could give anything...
Making these ladies cry.
You're welcome.
It's a very cynical way to think about it, but she got the dress. Is that gospel music?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gay as hell.
Your nails are fierce.
Thanks, kid. Want my advice? Stick to the jewel tones.
Why did he turn his car off? There you go, Eric. That's evidence. Evidence that you can grow up and be gay and be happy. And life won't always suck. Living proof that it gets better.
You behave.
You behave.
I don't think this'll work. I mean...
Do you want to come in for a
No,
bit?
we're good.
It's like, if you guys get together permanent styles, it's like slightly incestuous.
Do you think maybe you could not sleep? with
Tangentially.
us? It's gonna make things super awkward for me.
Yeah.
I would never. Don't be silly.
Oh, she's getting railed tonight. That's the second thing on the agenda after fixing the sink.
Thank you.
You look great.
Remember to be back at 10:30, yes?
And a Wadding M.
We've got training tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but I thought I could, take tomorrow off. Can't I just have one fun night? I never do this kind of thing.
Look,
Yeah,
you will
this
thank
is
me in
a
a few years.
rare occasion.
See you at 10:30. Go on, have a good time.
Yeah, if I'm Jackson, no way in hell I'm showing up at 10:30.
To think my son is a cheater. I've never been so ashamed of anything in my life.
Really? You think this is the first time that he's cheated on a school assignment?
You have a curfew. How old are you?
Hey.
Dang, girl.
I just want to have a good time.
Yeah. We have the cheapest vodka available. It's pretty much paint stripper, but I promise you,
Also,
it'll do
Jackson,
a job.
look how fine she's looking. And you're like not even paying attention to her. Oh.
So,
Damn, they got right to it.
now I fix your sink.
After you just fixed her sink. Damn, girl.
Cool, hi.
You're here.
You're here.
I'm Ola.
Jackson, sorry.
Nice to meet you.
Ola, this is Maeve.
Hi. Hi.
She's my friend.
Friend. That little stutter. Ola, you know what the deal is. Come on. You're intuitive. You can tell what the situation is.
His love is deeper than hate. Amen. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself.
Mm-hmm. Eric does not love himself.
Love starts here. We must all learn to love ourselves before we truly love others. Who are you to not love yourself?
Facts. Facts. Internalize this, Eric.
He turned my son.
He's just not feeling it.
You are welcome here anytime. This is your family.
Yeah, I just want Eric to feel loved. I don't want him to pretend. I just want him to actually feel loved.
What have you observed?
Your giant dick.
About me?
That you look nice and
yellow.
You're also divorced. That monogamy is a little too binding. And you do this quite often, romancing your customers. That suit was a nice touch, by the way.
Damn. Read you like a book. Super wrong. His wife is dead. He's not divorced. She died in a car crash. I swear to God if I'm right. That's how he lost his license.
My wife died?
Mother trucker. I was joking. Don't you feel bad now?
You're the first one I had sex with since it happened.
Oh, damn.
I really like Eugene. I would like to get to know you better.
Well, now she doesn't want to.
Sorry if I've given you the wrong idea.
Shut up, Gene. You know what the deal is. You shut your dumb mouth. You like him back. Gene, allow yourself to love, darling. It's alright. Oh, Maeve wants that to be her dancing with Otis. Brother, don't do it. Amy. Amy and Steve, so weird.
Whatever you're doing, please stop.
Why, the police?
I'm not kidding.
Go hang out with your head boy and don't worry about me, all right?
You're selling drugs to high schoolers, brother. You're gonna get her in trouble. Oh, damn, Eric! Own that shit, son. Ooh. With the headdress? Damn, girl. Get it.
I'm going to the dance.
Yeah, you looking dope as hell.
He's like really inexperienced. He hasn't had sex or anything yet. He's a bit confused about all that stuff, so.
So take it slow on
He
him.
doesn't seem keen. See you later.
Maeve, why did you...
You're not welcome on this campus. Leave immediately, or I will call the police.
Wow. You really need to let off some steam, don't you?
The popo. On the bright side, since you're in England, they probably won't shoot you.
Did you and Maeve, like, date or something?
Actually, I'm picking up a vibe.
Maeve is considerably higher up on the food chain than I am. You know, I'm like a kangaroo or an armadillo, whereas Maeve's like a panther or a lion, even.
So what am I in the food chain?
Right, you could be like, you know those goats that stand on really steep cliffs and just kind of stick.
I'm a goat.
No, I mean, you don't look...
A mountain goat?
Okay. I'm a skinny house cat and she's a lion.
I don't know, Maeve is unattainable and...
You're not a kangaroo, Otis. You're an asshole.
Ola, I mean...
Yeah, that was the wrong thing to say. Like, oh, Maeve's unattainable, but you're attainable. You're less than her. Not the smartest thing to say. Oh, dog.
I wanted you to be proud and strong.
He is proud.
Your fear doesn't help me, Dad. It makes me feel weak. But why?
Communicate.
Watch.
Because that's who he is.
I don't want you to be hurt.
In the words of Elise Myers on TikTok, if you think that Eric is too much, then go find less.
Maybe I am learning from my brave son.
Damn right. Damn right. Now hug. Hug. Oh, don't cry, Adam. Don't cry, Adam, just because you want your father to love you.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Why?
Okay. Are you gonna do it now or later? Because I'm ready when you are.
Kiss.
It's coming. No.
Kiss.
So later, then.
Kiss.
Great.
You're getting real close to each other's faces. Just kiss. He stopped him dead in his tracks. Yeah, damn right. Yeah, didn't plan this far ahead, but that's okay.
Oh my god, I love this song.
Yep, Otis picked it.
May I have this dance?
Why would I dance with you?
Because he's your best friend.
I made a mistake, and I said some horrible things I didn't mean. I miss you, and I'm sorry.
You think I'm an attention seeker?
I think you are the coolest, bravest, and kindest person I know.
Well, you do like a little attention. It ain't no bad thing.
You owe me a birthday.
Damn right.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
It's gonna make me cry.
I'm coming for you, Otis.
It's me, Liam. Up here on the moon.
High on Park.
I love you, Lizzie. Do you love me?
No.
Oh, she said the words. She said the words.
Get down now. What's the point? Lizzie doesn't love me. Nobody loves me.
My brother in Christ.
Sometimes the people we like don't like us back. It's painful, but there's nothing we can do about it.
You don't understand.
I do understand. I know what it's like when someone doesn't feel the same way about you. It hurts.
Oh,
But you can't make people like
she's only looking at him.
I love her.
Oh, Otis knows.
I know. But love isn't about grand gestures or the moon and the stars. It's just dumb luck. And then sometimes you're unlucky. But one day, you're going to meet someone who appreciates you for who you are. I mean, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I know one of them is going to climb up on a moon for you. You're going to make someone really happy one day.
Oh, Jackson
But
noticed.
it will not be me.
Not Lizzie. Definitely not Lizzie, but someone. And it won't happen if you fall
Definitely
off
not
the
Lizzie.
moon and die.
Okay, how's he gonna get back on that ledge though? Okay. Well, surprisingly easy to get back up there. Amy and Steve just look so good. Oh, he's falling anyway. It's like a goddamn Buffalo Bills fan.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you're not great. You're not great. But good news, time for Maeve and Jackson to break up. Because Maeve has realized she is in love with Otis. You just saved that kid's life. Jackson's drunk. And he realized the way Maeve feels.
Don't you fucking touch me.
Come on! Stay away from me. Stop it. I hate you.
Where's your date?
She left.
Why?
We had an argument.
Compared her to an unattainable goddess.
You're amazing.
That was serious, Maeve. He could have killed himself.
Yeah, but you talked him down.
Yeah, and he was up there after he spoke to me. Imagine if he died. I think this is wrong.
What's wrong?
This is the clinic.
No.
It has to stop.
We're really good together.
I can't keep doing this anymore, Maeve. It's getting in the way of my life.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Hey, Otis. If I give you another 50, will you tell me how to get Maeve to like me again? I gave him 50, and then he gave me the book stuff.
It's easy for Otis to know her.
He paid you to tell him what I like.
No, I didn't. I tried to not take. I gave the money to you.
Give it to me.
Yeah, he paid you. Technically.
Mate.
Stay the fuck away.
Jackson, why
You're
you
right,
gotta
we're
do
done.
this, brother? Jackson.
Did we forget the car?
He's a bit drunk. My brother will bring the car.
Fine.
No, seriously. You think we like driving 5 hours every Saturday to get you to your swim meet?
5 hours! Christ on a cracker.
Jackson! Jackson! You get back here now! Get back here!
Bringing up men. Oh yeah, your mom's writing a book about you, brother.
What do you want? Someone pay you more money to read the fucking bell jar?
I actually like that book. I feel like, yeah, like I'm suffocating, like I'm living in somebody else's body, like trapped in somebody else's life. Like, I don't know what to fucking do.
Quit swimming. Join jazz club.
Can I stay here with you?
Just for tonight. Just uno nighto.
I love you, Maeve.
Uno noche. Do you love her? Notice how she didn't say that back. Ooh. God, this episode was fantastic. I really enjoyed this episode. What's the next one called? It's just called episode 8. Our boys are back together. Oh man, that something about this show, man. The scene with Otis and Eric dancing, like the least romantic thing. Not like dating romantic, but like it was romantic on like a grander scale, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Can you classify like deep friendship as romance? like there's no like dating romance in that scene between those two, but it's the type of scene that a hopeless romantic like myself just lives for. Like, that was fantastic. But let's start let's start from the beginning. This weirdo kid is in love with a girl named Lizzie, and he has made grand gesture after grand gesture after grand gesture, and she's not on board. She's like super like, hey, don't like you. But she's too either she's too nice to say no, or it's simply a case of being a woman in the modern age. Oftentimes women don't feel comfortable straight up saying no to a guy for fear of retribution, whether that be like humiliation or like literal physical violence. I don't even know what this kid's name was. But he has tried everything and it's just not working. And Otis is like, brother, you're not meant for each other. Like, it's not gonna happen. Just deal with it. And then we don't see this kid for the majority of the episode until like the climax. And we'll get back to that in a bit. But Jackson wants to take Maeve to the dance, and this is like a growing pattern a continuing pattern in Maeve and Jackson's relationship. Is like, oftentimes I feel like he doesn't actually take her thoughts and feelings into account, if that makes sense. Like, he either just like assumes something's happening, or like the moment where she shows up in her dress, he looks at her for like 2 seconds and then immediately goes back to talking to her brother, and it's like, brother, my brother in Christ, look at this absolute bombshell standing next to you, and just observe her beauty. Like, what is going on, man? Yeah, but he's like, we're going to the dance, we're dating, like, that's a thing. And I see both sides of that little thing of like, it's not unreasonable for him to, in his own head, assume, oh yeah, we're going to this dance, but also check with the other person. Like, make sure that it's cool, right? Like, don't just assume things. You know what happens when you assume. Things go poorly. Let's talk about the Swedish pair, Ola and her father, Jakob. So Ola is switching schools due to some scandal at her old school, right? And so she's going to be going here from now on. And her dad is going to be fixing Otis's mom's pipes. And weirdly, both of their relationships ended today, which was interesting. But Otis asks Ola to the dance because she likes dancing, and you know, that's fun stuff. It's a grand old time. She's sweet. She's a sweet girl. But I don't like her and Otis together. Like, she's a nice girl, but you know, I just don't see them together, especially now. Like, you have to see immediately, like, that they just don't fit together. Maeve gets this nice black dress. She looks so good. She's a bombshell. Like, she's just the finest person alive. Fantastic. One moment that I really enjoyed, somewhat early on, is Eric encounters this older, I assume gay, black gentleman. Someone who could, you know, feasibly, you could be similar to Eric if he grew up, right? And I think this is a turning moment for Eric right now, because this dude, this guy strolls up in his car, listening to gospel music, which like isn't inherently a religious thing, if that makes sense. For my non black viewers, that's a super common thing, is for black people to listen to gospel music, even if they are not remotely religious. That's just a thing that happens. Soul music, gospel music, it's part of the culture. And so it's not like inherently weird that this gay man is just jamming the gospel music in his car. But it's a very interesting moment for Eric, because I think in that moment he's able to see a man who is like comfortable with himself and comfortable in his own sexuality, who's, I mean, he's not like an old man, but he's like like somewhere between 30 and 50 years old, I think. and he's just like openly gay, and he seems to be enjoying his time in the car, like just driving. And I think that's a moment where Eric can look at this man and be like, okay, I could do this. Like I could feasibly do this. Like I don't have to hide and be a shell of myself. I can, like, it is a distinct possibility that I can grow up and be myself, right? It's the same general concept of, when little black kids saw the movie Black Panther, and they see Chadwick Boseman as a superhero, and they look at that and they say, I can be that. I think this is a moment where Eric sees this man and he's like, I can be that. Like, I don't have to, wear beige. I can be colorful, and it's okay. And granted, he doesn't know everything that's going on in this man's life, but I think it's a turning moment for Eric, where he just decided he's sick of hiding, right? He's sick of not being himself. And it's fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then he goes to church, which was an interesting development, because, one, I encourage everyone to go to church. Like, as a religious person myself, I encourage people to go to church, but don't pretend. If you're not jiving with church, if you're not like feeling what the pastor's saying, or you're not feeling the music, or you feel ostracized in some way, don't fake it. Like, don't pretend that it's working for you. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. You are loved regardless, in my opinion. But I did enjoy what the pastor was saying. He's like, we cannot love other people unless we love ourselves. And I think that's, again, something Eric needed to hear. That moment and the moment with the man in the car kind of needed to coincide for Eric, where he needs to be loving of himself. And I think a key thing in him being able to love himself was seeing the possibility that this can be his life, and it can work out. It will get better, and I think he needed to make that active choice to love himself, and then he's gonna be a lot happier. So I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Jakob and Jean went to Smash City. They boned down, and then they have a little chat afterwards, while he's fixing the sink, where she like diagnoses him or whatever, where she's like, let me tell you exactly who you are. And he's like, you are so wrong. He's like, my wife died. I didn't divorce her. This is the first time I've boned since then. I really like you. I kind of want to date you. I want to learn more about you. And as much as Jean loves to diagnose other people, I don't think she's quite diagnosed herself. She's got commitment issues, baby. Probably due to her previous marriage and the philandering that her ex-husband did. She probably doesn't want to get hurt again, right? Like she doesn't want to dive into anything long term because, you know, that opens up opportunities for her to be hurt again and be betrayed again. And she's not about that life, right? Maybe she was projecting a little bit onto Jakob, right? Because she's like, you do this all the time. Like, you're constantly banging your clients, and that's her. that's what she's doing. And yeah, as soon as he is like, nah, I like you, she's like, oh, psych, I'm bailing. And I think she needs to find happiness. She's probably not going to have happiness next episode when Otis yells at her for writing a book about him. That's going to suck. And then the dance. Everything that happens at the dance is so interesting, right? Because as soon as Otis and Ola get there, they're like talking with Jackson and Maeve, and you can tell. Ola even says, I'm picking up a vibe of like, you guys either used to date or you need to date. And it's just like, it's crazy. Like, I within the first 5 minutes of being there, if I was Ola, I would have been like, yo, it's clear you're in love with this girl. You need to actually date her instead. And that's wild. And then Maeve, I don't know what her goal was in saying that. Like, when they're in the bathroom and she's like, Otis doesn't have any experience, so if he seems uninterested, don't mind it. I couldn't tell if she was trying to be helpful in that moment or not, because it sounded like the tone of voice sounded like spiteful, like she was trying to get under her skin or like drive a wedge between them. And it's just very interesting. And then the art scene where, you know, she's like, oh, I'm picking up a vibe, and Otis is like, oh no, she would never date me. She's an unattainable goddess. Like, that would never happen in my life, right? Like, he doesn't say I wouldn't date her or like we wouldn't work together. He's like, she specifically would never date me. I'm an anteater. I'm a kangaroo, and she's a beautiful tigress. And then Ola's like, oh, what am I? And like a dumbass. What a fucking moron. Like, Otis, what are you thinking, dude? What? You cannot compare one woman to a lion or a panther and then compare the girl you're on a date with to a house cat. Like, what? Brother, like, don't... When he's like, oh, we're just on different levels, like, of attainability. But you're on my level, right? Like, you're attainable, you're adequate. It's like, bro, of course she is gonna be upset by that and bail. You absolute moron. Like, come on, dude. I don't know how Otis saw that going well for himself, but it did. Or it didn't, sorry. Yes, okay, and then the moment in which Eric arrives at the dance, his dad drops him off, and they have this, like, kind of semi-sweet bonding moment where he's like, his father is learning to accept Eric a little bit more, and he's like, accepting him and loving him, and it's beautiful. And it's like affecting Adam too. Like Adam is seeing like what a loving father is, and he's just getting angrier and angrier. And he confronts him, and maybe I'm reading into things a little too much, but if they would have kissed in that scene, I wouldn't have been like surprised. I don't know. Like, Adam kind of gives off that vibe of like closeted homosexual whose father doesn't love him, and maybe that's part of the reason he's closeted, is because he's trying to get his father's approval, and maybe he doesn't think his father would approve of that. But they got real close, and I was like, I know what you are. Like, I'm catching a vibe. You know, maybe part of the reason Adam viciously and specifically bullies Eric is because he is jealous. You know, he wishes he could be Eric. He wishes he could be as open as Eric. And then having a somewhat supportive father was just the next step over the line. That's very, very interesting. I wonder if I'm right. But then my favorite part of the episode, Otis. Well, first Eric strolls in, and he's looking fierce, and everyone is just kind of looking at him, and his favorite song comes on, and you know, you got to partner up, and it's looking like maybe Eric is gonna be by himself, can't dance to the song. And my main man Otis comes up, and he's like, "Hey, I want to dance with you. I'm sorry I said some things I didn't mean. You're my best friend. I love you. You're brave, kind, all the good stuff." And then they dance. They dance together, and it was the sweetest, like, most heartwarming thing, and it made me tear up, and I was just like, yo, this is fantastic. I'm loving this. And then it is rudely interrupted by Lil Jimmy what's-his-face, high on Percocets, trying to make one last grand gesture for Lizzie, and he's gonna kill himself when she's like, "Nah, fam, I'm not about you." Like, one, Lizzie. Actually, I don't want to put this on Lizzie, but like, if you see this dude about to off himself, maybe don't be like, "You're scum. I hope you die." like maybe pretend for like 20 seconds so this kid can get off the effing ledge, and then as soon as he's like safe on the ground, be like, "Hey man, I was lying. I don't like you." You know, maybe. Granted, again, I don't want to put that on Lizzie. It's not her responsibility to look out for this man's well-being. Right? Like, his health and safety is not her responsibility. It shouldn't land on her, but in that moment, maybe just be like, "Hey, yeah, I'll totally dance with you if you don't kill yourself." And then as soon as he's down, then be like, "Ah, psych, just kidding. You're dirt." No, the kid, the emotional manipulation to the highest degree. Like, that's classic emotional abuse, is threatening to kill yourself to get what you want from a love perspective. And then Otis has to give this beautiful monologue where he's like, "Hey, I know exactly what it's like to be in love with someone who doesn't feel the same way about you." And it's crazy, because in that scene, he's talking about Maeve. Like, he's talking about the fact that he's in love with her and she doesn't love him back. But in that moment, she's looking at him and she is like feeling the same thing. Like, she's in love with him and he doesn't feel the same way about her, but like maybe she senses it a little bit that he feels it, and she wants him. Like, I think she's realizing in that moment she wants him, not Jackson. And then Jackson looks over and he realizes, frick, Maeve doesn't feel this way about me. She loves him. Like, Jackson has to know. Like, Jackson has to know at this point that Maeve is not fully on board with their relationship. And he's getting sloshed. and freaking, oh my god, when they have this conversation, it's tough. And Otis is like, yo, Maeve, I can't do this anymore, right? I can't be a part of this tandem that do this clinic thing with you because it's getting in the way of my life. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, you know what I mean. And what he means is, one, his love for her, the fact that he's in love with her, already temporarily cost him his friendship with Eric, and then now it just cost him a potential relationship with Ola, right? Like they could have been cute together. They could have been nice together, but because he is in love with Maeve, like, none of these things are gonna be a possibility for him. Like, she is always gonna be the roadblock. And so he's like, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. And until he, like, before he is able to fully articulate that and express that, they get interrupted by Jackson. And he spills the beans that Otis took money to set the two of them up. And obviously that hurts her. She feels betrayed by both Jackson and Otis. You know, she feels used and she feels exploited. Rightfully so. And then Otis is like, I gave you the money. And it's like, that doesn't help. Right? Now she feels like prostituted out. Right? Like, this is not a happy feeling for her. Right? Obviously, it's going to suck and they got some making up to do. Adam Groff. Adam Groff tells his father he hates him. Big step forward. Love it, kid. You're one step closer to finally being yourself. Jackson has a fight with his mom where he's like, you don't care about my future, you just care about yourself. Facts. Hannah Waddingham, fantastic actress. Love her. She's great as Rebecca in Ted Lasso. In this show, she does seem to internalize a lot of her son's success, and his success is tangentially her success, and so she cares a lot about this to make herself feel better, not because her son actually cares about it. Love the fact that he pushed back, not that he physically pushed through her, though. You know, you gotta settle down. Don't push your moms. That's a PSA for anyone. If you lay hands on your mother, you're scum. if it is a sanctioned match with judges and points awarded and it's competition, sure. If you're on even footing, fight that girl. But don't. If you're a physically fit young man, don't push your mom, right? You're just an asshole if you do that. And then he shows up on Maeve's door, and the episode ends. But before that, Otis finds the evidence of the book that's being written about him. That's not going to end well. Jackson tells Maeve that he loves her. Who knows how that's going to go. All in all, I thought this was a fantastic episode. I really, really enjoyed it. mainly due to two things. Otis and Eric reconnecting, best buds for life again. Loved it. Their dance was beautiful. And then Otis's speech. His speech about Maeve, essentially, where she realizes she's in love with him. Well, maybe not in love with him, but that she has feelings for him. Loved that. I want them together so bad. And I hope we don't have to wait the entire run of this show for it to happen. But yeah, I don't know. This episode was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the episode down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me and it helps my channel grow. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the absolute world. Sometimes I post these reactions early on Patreon as well, so if you're interested in that, it's linked in the description below. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.